night over the last few days, as to what was said about you both, I was left with one overwhelming sentiment. And what was said about Shua is that you have great judgment. Your choice of Daniella as a bride leaves no doubt, and this is the ultimate confirmation. When Steve was escorting Sue down the aisle about 12 pounds ago, he asked me as I was sobbing if that was a Savidson thing. And I looked at Sue, had tears streaming down her eyes, down her face, and I said, only at happy events. On the second night of Shiva Brachot, I went to Ariel and said, listen, somebody needs to say something about the Darrisons and the Savidsons, not just about the Spears and the Weinbergs. He said, all in due course. Sit back, Spears and Weinbergs. Tonight's our chance. There's so much one can say about Sue and Steve. I, however, would be remiss if I did not discuss the stock in which they came from. Marilyn and Jay, grandparents of note. Nothing ever was too much for Zadie J. From babysitting his grandchildren to being a cheerleader at every sporting event. When I moved to America 23 years ago, I lived next door to Marilyn and Jay. And that was it was an event. What I loved most about being next to Marilyn and Jay was that Jay had some very strange tendencies. A stash of cookies in the freezer, his pre-sleep naps, and waking at 2 a.m. in the morning for a snack. Of course, discussing Israel and conservative politics. Baby Marilyn, the matriarch of the Darrison family. Her flotation down the aisle the other night, flanked by her two eldest grandchildren, Eitan and Ariel. You see, you mentioned Eitan. Left no doubt her excitement. For Marilyn, it's always been about family, and always about family. Marilyn and Jay laid the foundation for the incredible man Steve is today. Steve, there's no doubt that Zadie's Jay Neshama was with us on Wednesday. Just drink. Mom and Dad. You make the schlep back and forth from South Africa to America to visit your 10 grandchildren here. The schlep is immense. Your commitment is unbelievable. Your support of Sue and her American dream in 1987 is the ultimate sacrifice. Dad, you always saw the bigger picture, realizing the answer for our generation of South African Jews was immigration. Sue's decision to come to the US in 1987, working for Tammy's grandfather, Tammy's father-in-law, and Hillel was working for Tammy's father-in-law at Hillel, and then ultimately meeting her soulmate Steve. Mom and Dad, you gave your kids everything that was humanly possible, and when it was not, you asked for Hashem's guidance. I feel so blessed to stand here tonight and to thank you for everything you did for Sue, Kim, and I. As the youngest, I get to go last. You got it, Steve. I was talking with little Steve. That's Steve Spirit last night, and we were discussing how grateful we all should be for the last 3 months since my parents have been here. When my dad turned 80, my mother turned 64. A bar mitzvah, an engagement, a wedding, and I heard there was some other good news coming along as well. Sue and Steve, what can I say about you? Your commitment to Torah and Yiddishkeit is inspiring. You stand out as a family committed to the Torah and mitzvah of the community. There's only one way to teach your children how to be a mensch and to transmit the beauty and love of Judaism to our children, and that's to be a dagma chaya for them. You have raised a beautiful family of children committed to the ideals of Torah and mitzvot. Sue, words truly fail me when I need to describe you. As the immortal Diana Ross sang, There ain't no mountain high enough. You do it all with a gracious smile. You do anything that anybody asks. Nothing is ever too much. Jaron and I feel most grateful that you are our sister, and I'm not sure my composure would hold if I said anything else, or for fear of upsetting you and losing my sauce for chicken soup, the single best in the United States. I will say no more. Big Steve, you have been an elder brother to me ever since I arrived in the United States. You have guided me and my family from the moment I arrived in the US. You have loved my family as your own, and our times together have always been a delight. Perhaps the two attributes of your character that I have always admired most is your commitment to your parents and the tzedakah you give. I asked my rabbi last week to help me talk about tzedakah and how this would be meritorious towards you. Tzedakah is derived from the Hebrew root tzedai, dalet, kuf, meaning righteousness, justice, and fairness. These are the three adjectives I look to describe you with. Before I forget, Daniella and Shua. We are taught that every Jewish person is part of a larger Jewish body, a body which includes every Jewish soul throughout the generations. A Jewish marriage creates a link between the past generations and the future generations, as marriage is the holy link that creates the next generation. That is why we are taught that up to 3 generations of neshamas come down at the chuppah to witness and participate in the holy union. Thus, every Jewish marriage is historic and a momentous event, not only for the couple and their families, but also for the community at large. This is evidenced by the participation of all the invited guests and the dancing and singing. Every individual rightfully feeling him or herself very much part of this momentous occasion. Kabbalah teaches us that each soul has 5 dimensions. Before we are married, we are incomplete, seeking the other half of our soul. In Judaism, we are taught that the marriage is not just a better way of life or a happier way to live your life, but rather before you are married, you are incomplete. We have only half our soul, either the male or the female element of our soul. Marriage is when the souls of the bride and the groom finally reach completeness. Together, then the neshama is complete. In fact, 10 represents the completeness and the wholesomeness. That's the 2 souls of all 10 dimensions. The couple then can then use that accomplishment as a springboard into the divine essence of their souls and the world at large. This is why we need to be married, to have children. Birth is the closest we've come to creating what Hashem creates, the creation of new life. This is specifically accomplished after marriage, when the 2 souls are fused as one and able to draw holiness into the new soul. No pressure, enjoy your marriage. Take a few months. But in all seriousness, what you can accomplish as a couple, so unique and so powerful, and you simply cannot do it on your own. You will have each other through good times and bumpy times, and life will bring you will bring out the best of each other. Together you can accomplish infinitely more as a team than you can accomplish individually. Shua and Daniella, all that Jaron and I wish you is that your life overflows with nachas and simchas, and that you have from your kids the nachas you have brought to your parents. In the age-old custom of Johannesburg, South Africa, I ask you all to rise and make a l'chaim to the parents and the grandparents of the Apostle.